What's up, everybody? My name is Amy, and this is the Ruby Pearl Glamper True Crime Podcast. Such a way that you're sitting on top of the What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Ruby Pearl Glamper True Crime Podcast. My name is Amy. Welcome to my show. Hope everybody is having a wonderful Friday night. Mine is pretty quiet, I should say. I went to Walmart earlier and picked up my prescriptions, and that's about it. I haven't done much of anything today. I'm tired. I mean, having fibromyalgia, is chronic fatigue. So, yeah, I'm tired, all the time. But, I have been up late the last few nights participating in some other live panels about the Kylie Rodney case. But, I'm just tired. So, but I want to, before I get into the updates in the Trynytee case kidnapping, I wanted to, just announce a few things that are going on in the world of true crime. There's a new video out that has been discovered from the night that Kylie Rodney's car went into Prosser Lake Reservoir. It is believed to be fire cam footage from about 2 miles away, but you can see the Prosser Lake Reservoir area, and you can see on the video what looks like, and more than likely is the moment in time when Kylie Rodney's car went into Prosser Lake Reservoir. The times match up to when witnesses state that there was a mass exit. It matches up to the time that her phone last pinged and then went dead. But it is from far away. It's hard to really tell just what happened. But it I don't dispute the video at all. And I don't dispute that it is probably the moment in time in which Kylie's car went into Prosser Lake. However, I am still team foul play. And, you know, if she was just intoxicated and drugged up and just simply made a wrong turn and accidentally drove herself off into Prosser Lake, then so be it. I'll accept that. But there's just too many questions and too much what seems like cover up. There's too much suspect stuff in this case to, just say, oh, well, it was a terrible accident, and go on about your life, um, just too much, too many questions, and that some people need to answer for, and explain what happened. Even if she did go off into that lake on her own, someone saw it. You're not going to stand here and tell me that no one saw her car go off into the water. That I would never believe. There was too many people there for that not to have been seen. So anyway, still, waiting on that press conference that they're supposed to have on November the 1st to talk about this case and reveal the autopsy and toxicology reports and everything, and see what they have to say that they believe happened. um Alec Baldwin has uh settled with the family of the woman who was shot on the set of his movie. There is still an ongoing criminal investigation, and there is still going to possibly, be charges filed. But they have settled a wrongful death suit uh, with her family. So just wanted to mention that. Daryl Brooks, the guy who ran over a bunch of people at a Christmas parade. He's on trial right now, and he is acting a fucking fool. And I don't know if he's going for an insanity defense or what is going on, but dude needs to be locked up. He should have been locked up when this happened. This should have never even happened. But yeah, he's just a complete lunatic. Debbie Collier, the mother who was kidnapped and later found dead, her torso burnt, who sent the mysterious Venmo to her daughter for 2,000 some odd dollars. That is just a really, really mysterious case. But, just using common sense and, comparing it to other cases that I have seen where, teenage kids have offed their parents, for whatever reason, whether it be for money, whether it be because, they have a significant other and mom don't like them and or dad don't like them, so they, do something to that parent so they can be together. Yeah, there's numerous cases like that, and I do feel that from all the evidence that's been presented in this case that Debbie was blackmailed for money for her daughter's boyfriend, and then, they just decided to offer because, so wouldn't be no witness. I mean, people are just evil, and you really hate to think about your own child having anything to do with your demise, or and murdering you, but unfortunately it happens all the time. And it's sad. A lot of these kids this day and age, feel like uh, their parents owe them something, and they want mom and daddy to pay for everything, and they just want to hang out with their friends and get high and drink and do whatever, and not take responsibility for what they do, and not get a job and support their own selves. So that's just the way it is now. These days, it's sad but true, as the old Metallica song says. Well, I am going to now, I guess, get into the Trynytee case. Seems weird to say. Trynytee case. No, I didn't stutter. Um, Trynytee Case is the 17-year-old who was kidnapped after she got off work at the Sweet Shop Bakery she worked at in Hot Springs, Arkansas, um, on downtown on historical Central Avenue. Odd thing is a week before that, my daughter and I and my granddaughter were standing right there on that very sidewalk in front of that sweet shop, because there's a place next door to it that's called Fat Bottom Girls Cupcakes. And we had gotten a Fat Bottom Girls cupcake. And so we and I was really down in my back that day, and I just can't walk like I used to be able to do. And that particular day, I mean, I was in hella pain. And I mean, I was having to sit down like literally every other bench walking down, Central Avenue. My daughter and I and granddaughter went to the Wax Museum, Josephine Desson's Wax Museum that day. And then we, of course, went to Fat Bottom Girls Cupcakes and got us a cupcake because this was in April. So it was mine and Ashley's birthday. And so that's what we did for our birthday. But Trynytee Case was kidnapped after she got off work, standing there on the sidewalk in front of her job, while her friend went and got the car. She was approached by a young girl, 19 years old, who we later came to know as Dayla Ferrer, and her boyfriend, 36-year-old Samuel Bolling. And apparently Dayla asked Trynytee if she could use her cell phone or something, and they lured her into the car and took her back to the condo where they were staying, which was completely across town. It's called the Sun Bay Resort, and it's completely at the other end of Central Avenue. There's two ends to Central Avenue, and completely 2-3 miles the other side of Central. They kept her overnight, and what their intentions were to blackmail or extort money from her parents, allegedly. Now, you kidnap a random teenager off the sidewalk, and how do you know their parents have got money? I mean, you would be shit out of luck if you kidnapped one of my girls, because I ain't got a dime to my name. So, I mean, and no family who would even give me $10, much less $10,000. So, but they take this young girl, and how in the world did they, know that her parents would even have any money? I mean, this girl's 17 years old. She's working her own job. If her parents had any money, she would probably be pampered and spoiled and wouldn't have to have a job. And, she's still in high school, and all she'd have to do is, study and make good grades and then go on off to college because her parents have got her a big fat college fund. So, that never really made any sense, but, you know, this guy, I don't think was the brightest crayon in the box anyway. And I believe that his 19-year-old girlfriend, Dayla, by all accords, she left her home in Tennessee of her own free will and ran off with this guy and ended up here in Arkansas, in Hot Springs with him. And that she did all this of her own accord. But I mean, we women know that, especially when we were young girls, and we made some bad choices in boyfriends. I'm sure some of you guys have made some really bad choices in girlfriends. Some of my exes would probably even tell you that. But I can't imagine that this girl was, that any of this was her idea. I can't imagine that she would want to hurt another young girl for money. I mean, this all, I pretty much believe that this was all Samuel Bolling's idea. Dumbass, get a job. Hell. And she had Dayla, the young girl that was his girlfriend. She had put an ad out for babysitting. Now I'm assuming that she would have, if someone had called and she had actually gotten a babysitting job, she would have went to their house, and he probably would have ended up robbing them blind. But I mean, there's no way that if you told me to come to such and such address and bring your child for me to babysit, and or bring my child for you to babysit, I show up and you're at a motel, I mean, that's a total red flag. So I don't know, but it's just horrible what they did to this young girl, and we don't know all of the details of what happened to Trynytee or what they did to Trynytee. They did let her go the next day, and she ran up the road, right up the road from from Sun Bay Resort is a liquor store. And she ran, I'd say it's maybe a half a block, quarter of a block from the Sun Bay Resort up to this liquor store. I pass it all the time when I go into Hot Springs to run my errands. But she ran up to that liquor store and told them to call police and call for help. And then they arrested them later on. But anyway, the update in this case is that Dayla Ferrer, the 19-year-old girl that is charged in the kidnapping of Trynytee case, she has changed her plea to guilty. Wednesday, she pleaded guilty to one count of kidnapping in the Garland County courts. And in exchange for her plea deal, they dropped the felony conspiracy to commit kidnapping charge against her. So she has been charged and it has pled guilty to one count of kidnapping, and she could receive 20 years to life. It just depends. I got a sneaking suspicion, though, that the judge will probably go easy on her. I don't know if her family has just washed their hands clean of her, or if they have come down here to Arkansas and been supportive of her. It was my every intention to go to these trials and cover these trials live. I've just been waiting for them to go to trial. And then in a kind of a surprise, because I was in Hot Springs Wednesday, and had no idea that, I don't know if this was a last minute deal or what, but she changed her plea and pled guilty. Now, Samuel Bolling, as of now, has still has his not guilty plea entered, and he is scheduled to go on trial November the 29th at 9 a.m. And I have every intention of going to his trial and covering the trial live from the Garland County Courthouse, if he doesn't change his plea and get offered some kind of a plea deal. I kind of got a funny feeling that he will. And a part of me actually hopes that he does, because it will spare Trynytee the trauma of a trial and having to get up in a court of law and testify as to what happened and what they did to her. Like I said, I don't know the details of what all trauma she endured in that night of captivity. But I don't imagine it was much fun. So I do kind of hope that he does decide to take a plea deal. If they offer him a plea deal, I'm sure they will. That's a very common word amongst Arkansas prosecutors and defense attorneys, is plea deal, plea deal. So, but yeah, I think honestly it would probably be the best thing. Although I, hold Samuel Bolling to a higher responsibility for this crime than I do Dayla, because I know this was all his bright fucking idea. And, God only knows what he possibly did to Trynytee that night. And, so I want him to definitely get a good hefty sentence in in this case. So, and he'll be going to prison here in Arkansas. And, I just happen to know quite a few people in prison in Arkansas and some of the different prisons. And some of them are serving life sentences and have nothing to lose, And, you know, Arkansas prisons aren't a safe place. They really aren't. Hopefully they'll ship his ass to Bricky's, because Bricky's is one of the worst prisons in Arkansas, aside from Cummins, or, you know. But anyway, so that is the, update with Trynytee case. Is that Dayla Ferrer has changed her plea to guilty to one count of kidnapping. And in exchange for her plea deal, they did drop the felony conspiracy to commit kidnapping charge against her. So that's about all I have for this evening. I hope everybody is having a wonderful evening wherever you are. And if you love all things true crime, I would really appreciate it if you would hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, share my videos. I would really like to build my little channel here, get into that algorithm thing. And, I love true crime is my passion, along with crafting. Crafting and crime is my life. And I really enjoy, talking about cases and covering cases and whatnot, and with other people. And, it's actually hard trying to establish a channel here on YouTube. And, I've had a lot of issues with, since I came to YouTube. I've supported, a lot of other channels, and participated in their chats and different things like that, but then didn't get any support back from those people. And then a bunch of weird alliances and frenemies were made, and I actually left YouTube for a little while, a hot minute, because it's a tough place. And although I have been fortunate to not have been a victim of any of the bullying, I have just had a lot of struggle with trying to get any support, here at my channel. But that's been the story of my life, actually. I have never fit in anywhere, and I've never been accepted in society, going all the way back to elementary school. So, but so I just it would just kind of be nice, to have a little support here on my little channel. And there's ever any cases that anyone wants me to cover or talk about, then by all means, leave me a comment and let me know, and I will certainly try to do that. But you all have a wonderful night, and please always remember, be the change that you wish to see in this world. As Michael Jackson said, it starts with the man in the mirror. Have a good night, everyone. Peace out.